Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 184 of Show Viewers. Today we'll be going over the collage of random music that Niko DeMille dropped today. And it was stuff from 2023 to 2025, so it's technically 12V stuff, but I'm just referring to it as Niko DeMille because it was dropped on the Niko DeMille channel and all of that. So I was kind of getting into describing it generally. So when listening to this music, it was wondrous. Like it was genuinely so great. I loved it because it was right up my alley. I really do enjoy like the earlier 12V sound of his music it had. So I loved it. And that's the thing. We can see that for years, Niko DeMille has been putting variants in his beats since day one. Because every single song on this album, not this album, but this collection of music sounds different. Like it's genuinely great. But like that is one thing that is a kind of a problem with, not really a problem. I wouldn't even say, just a little bit of a detriment to early 12B stuff, and that is a lack of thematic variance, because it is a lot of the stuff just kind of following wanting to get some money, having a girl that you don't really feel anything for, but still has there to fulfill needs, I guess. So that kind of does occur a lot in early 12B songs, and I do like how now with Niko DeMille we're getting so much variance, especially with the new album that dropped. But yeah, it's just kind of like my little minor tidbit there. But yeah, so we get to see a bunch of stuff out of this new music. We get to see like a prototype beat for Mercy, and it was on a really good song. Like I don't know the names of any of these songs because he didn't like release timestamps detailing the names. And I don't know if he has titles for him himself, but I did really enjoy that song because I love the Mercy beat, and it was combined with this new song that wasn't like kind of as gloomy and sad as Mercy, yet it still worked. So it was just really cool to see that. But also on that, we did get like an alternative sound beat for, well, I mean, it wasn't necessarily it. Okay, so there's a song, and it sounds kind of like, at least the vocals, a little bit kind of sound like Sad Song, which is one of 12B's earlier songs. Well, not earlier, but like one of his other songs. And the beat for this one, not the beat, but necessarily the vocals, sounded very similar to Sad Song. But this song was like more of an alt-rock sound, and Sad Song most certainly is not. So I don't know if it was inspired or what, but it sounded very similar. So, but yeah, just kind of speaking on that, though, I know I mentioned the thematic, lack of thematic variance, but it did have some different songs that like we haven't really seen before. Like we saw a song where he specifically got to speaking about a breakup, and it was a very good song. Because like we don't usually see him talking, going into full depth about breakups, and this one was a very breakup-centric song. And then we have ones like, there was one which discussed like actual self-care, like taking care of oneself, getting better, improving and all that. That was really a joy to see, because like we see where Niko is now, being sober and all of that, doing great in his life, succeeding, and possibly getting out of these trenches that he's been in for his entire life. And it's just really happy to see, like, man, it like, I've never been one to be inspired by people, because I've always felt like, yo, I don't want to be someone else. I want to be my own man, and I want to forge my own path. And I wouldn't say Niko like inspired me. I don't want to be like Niko. I have my own dreams. But Niko inspires hope here. And it's always good to see people who have these dreams as well. Because, like, heck, I have a wild dream. My dream is literally a 9 in 384 million odds. However, I still want to achieve it. I'm still going to strive for it, because that's the thing. I've always had this concept in my mind. I don't know where I came up with the quote, but it is the quote that, in striving for the stars, will you be disappointed if you land upon the moon? No, you will not, because as long as you strive for it, you'll be like, I gave it my all, and I'm proud of myself. And that's just something that I've always held in my mind. And seeing Niko display this, I guess, self-care and, like, desire to strive even through these, I guess, insurmountable, presumably insurmountable odds that he has, is very inspiring of hope. Like I said, it's not inspiring, like, well, I'm okay, it's not like, I'm not inspired to be Niko, because that's not my calling of life. However, I am inspired by the hope that he produces from this. But yeah, so also there was this one song that discussed like this girl called Angelina, and it was just a really cool song, and I really enjoyed it. I know I said that for most of the songs, but I did really enjoy it. And we got some other like random stuff. There was this one song where the line was, she says she ain't religious, so why's she on her knees? And I'm personally religious, and I love that. That was a bar, especially when you hear, because like I cannot convey it, because I'm not a singer, I'm not a composer, I'm not a lyricist, and so I cannot convey it properly. But I don't even remember what the timestamp was. But I love that line, because it was just goofy, and it was really enjoyable. Also, just kind of on the line of goofy stuff, we got a Tel Aviv reference. Thank you, Benjamin Netanyahu. Thank you, Benjamin Netanyahu. Thank you, Benjamin Netanyahu. אני אוהב ישראל, אני אוהב ישראל, אני אוהב אוכל את ילדים. So yeah, I know I can speak a bit of Hebrew, but not well yet because I know a couple things. I just said I love Israel and I love eating children. Allegedly, guys. We don't know if the big Yahoo was in the Steam files, but yeah. So oh gosh, I'm gonna get blown up by Mossad now. But yeah, so like yeah, there was a goofy line mentioning that, and I think that's generally like all I really had to say because there was a lot of stuff, so it's kind of hard to encapsulate in one specific review or video. Like, it'd be better if it had like individual distinctions and breaking it down, like with songs that had similarities and all that. But it was just generally just a good collection of music. Like I was not expecting the high quality stuff that I got, and because he said he couldn't release it, and I was like, bro, this is releasing quality stuff. This stuff was great, but yeah, it was genuinely a treat to get to get these two releases in one day. Oh, I loved it. It made my day genuinely because like I was having kind of a crappy day at work. Then these dropped and I was like, oh, yes, phenomenal. But yeah. So just with that, like I don't think there was any other things I had to say. I legit took notes for this because I was like I got locked in because there's so much stuff here. But yeah, like, I think I've went over everything I meant to discuss. See, I discussed the sad song "Possible Connection." But yeah, like I just really enjoyed it generally. I highly recommend going and listen to it because even though it's not released music, it's just like it's like a demo tape almost, but like it's a really good demo tape. The best demo tape that I've ever listened to because most of the time demos honestly kind of suck. But like this one, genuinely good. I really enjoyed it, and I hope we get more unreleased music. This might have been all of it, but like I hope we get others. I hope we get like some other pieces because it was great. I loved it personally, and I hope, like I said, I hope we get to see more from Niko. But yeah, that's all I really had to say about the, I guess, 2023 to 2025 Niko files, and that's all I really have for episode 184 of Show for You. So, thank you very much for watching.